Hey guys, Kamina the coach here, and a handful of coffee and other hand holding the phone. I'm sorry. I just am not doing videos like I used to. One, because I don't have a ton of free time. I work quite a bit at my new job, and in general, I'm just not in a state of malaise or distress. It's really not a good word. Iraq was not a state of distress. It was much worse than a state of distress. Um, yeah, I'm in a good place and I'm working a lot. Idle hands, our devil's workshop. I'm not religious, but there's a lot of truth to religious statements. So yeah, I'm good and busy. So I just wanted to do this video because I've wanted to do it for a while. I've been here so I'm Kamina the coach. I've been working and living abroad for about, 15 years now. And you'll see a mixture of videos on this channel about working and living abroad, living a better, happy, fuller life, about working through early childhood trauma, specifically adoption trauma. So you'll find a mixed bag of videos on this channel. I'm currently back in Mexico and happier than I've been maybe in my life. Happy probably isn't the word, more peaceful. I've been through a lot since I've been here, but none of it is trauma. And my toolbox keeps me ready to deal with all sorts of nonsense. Oaxaca is in a serious state of emergency as far as drought goes. And I've gone up to 6 days with no water, bathing in a bucket. So there's been a lot going on since I've been here, but I still feel quite peaceful. Cheers to a toolbox and cheers to doing the work. Coffee, by the way. So I'm gonna do this video and I may get a lot of flack for it because it's gonna apply to a lot of people. I didn't come to Mexico to make a community with foreigners. I came to Mexico to make myself part of the community here. And while in the United States, they invite people from all over the world to embrace their own cultures and keep their own culture inside of the US, really because the United States raped, pillaged, and murdered the natives, so there's really not a culture in the United States. Mexico had its own culture, especially Oaxaca. I'm here in Oaxaca, and there are 19 distinct indigenous cultures, and I'm deeply entrenched in this Teca culture here, the old Aztec culture, which is absolutely fascinating to me. And I do my best to blend in. I can't really, I'm 5'11", and everybody comes up to like my armpit, but I do my best to observe and accept their culture and be part of their community, not to build a community as a foreigner. We do have quite a few foreigners in our department, but I'm not interested in building a community of foreigners as a lot of people have done in Quintana Roo, in Playa del Carmen, in Cabo. Cabo, they might as well annex Cabo into California. Cabo is unlivable for Mexicans. Mexico City is unlivable for Mexicans. It is, not only is it American prices, but it's big city American prices, not even prices from the South. It's like New York prices, $10, $20 for a slice of pizza. It's insanity because the average Mexican doesn't make that kind of money. Even the upper to middle class Mexicans don't make that kind of money. They're having to work 2 and 3 jobs to survive in their own country. And Americans and Canadians are coming here and working online. They're coming here on tourist visas, working online, living on what they're making in their countries, in this country, gentrifying this country, and I personally don't think it's right. Also, quite frustrating is the people who come in and don't speak the language and express distress at people not speaking English, especially here in Oaxaca. The only people who speak English fluently are the people in the English department. Nobody speaks English fluently in this city. So if you move here and you don't speak Spanish, your life is going to be very small and your life is going to be very limited, and you're going to be very dependent on the foreigner community. And it's just not the way you need to move to a country like this. Specifically Mexico, this is my stopping point as far as I'm concerned. I don't have any intention to go anywhere else, and my heart is here. And so this is really like a plea to people, like, and people are going to, especially after this next election. So today is April 25th, 2024. I suspect after this next election in November, there'll be an even bigger rush of people, because during COVID, there's a huge rush of illegal immigration from the United States into Mexico because of less stringent COVID restrictions. And I think after this next election, you're gonna see the same thing, a big rush of Americans fleeing into Mexico, and it's making Mexico unlivable. All the things that Americans are running from, they're just bringing to Mexico, and I just detest it. I'm living off of a Mexican salary, although it is a pretty decent Mexico for this part of Mexico. It's decent, but it's still right around $1,000 a month, which isn't very much, although my rent is relatively cheap, but it continues to go up and up and up because, I mean, Oaxaca City is just flooded with foreigners. People who are living off of retirement or working in the United States online. I mean, when I run across these people online and they want to connect, I ignore it because it's making the state unlivable. And my intention is to buy a property and build a house, and I really kind of quite quickly need to buy property because the rate, the price of things is going up astronomically because of the amount of foreigners in the country. So that's really all I had to say. And I had been avoiding making this video because I feel like it is kind of a gripe session, and I'm in general quite a positive, or I try to drop nuggets of things that are gonna make your life better and make the world better. But I think that this is one of the things that would make the world better, not going to third world countries, expecting them to speak English, not going to third world countries, living illegally, working illegally, and gentrifying their countries. I think that that would make the world a better place as well. So, Camina the Coach, sending you love, light, peace, and joy. Do the right thing. Don't impinge on people's in people's countries. People are already struggling to live the dream, to live their peace. And don't bring that American nonsense down here. If you want to stay American, stay in the United States, please. You're not helping anybody by bringing that nonsense down south. So until next time, I'll see you. I'm Camina the Coach. I'm out.